What, in the book?
Yeah, on the cover, because it's yellow and black. It's blue and it's supposed to be blue and yellow. That doesn't matter. Everybody's
I
going
don't
back to their classic
understand
costumes.
why Cyclops. It must have happened in an all-new X-Men tie-in, but I don't understand why Cyclops is suddenly cool with the new humans when he got fucking basically kidnapped by Mosaic.
Because when Mosaic, yeah, that was an all-new X-Men. It wasn't an all-new X-Men tie-in. Mosaic hopped inside his body, but it was right after he left Magneto's body. So Mosaic retains all the memories and thoughts and everything. So Cyclops, while in Mosaic's like while they were in the mind, he saw this Magneto helmet. So he goes over to it and he falls in, right? And there he sees Magneto's memories and he sees what happens to he sees the whole true story about what happens to the adult Cyclops, how he really died from the Mpox. He isn't the monster everybody made him out to be. Emma Frost is the monster that everybody thinks he is. So he's super fucking pissed at Emma Frost. Yeah. And that's why when he first sees her, he's like, motherfucker, and blasts her with the optic beam. Like, because he wants to kill her now because, you know, this is really traumatized. Like, he's a teenage boy. He's a teenage boy, and this has traumatized him from like hearing that this is his future and this is like who he became. And now he finds out like all that like mental anguish he went through for all these months, and it's not even true. He's not the man everybody's telling him that he's going to be. Like, he's really who he thinks he is, you know? So he's super fucking pissed, and he wants to fucking kill Emma Frost now. That was actually pretty. That was the most interesting part of that whole thing, like him finding out that he's not the like this terrorist killer like piece of shit, you know?
Yeah. He's just pussy whipped, that's all.
Yeah, he's a weird character because
let me get a cup of water and then we'll get started here.
All right, cool. I gotta put some deodorant on actually too. Poor Cyclops. One of my favorite comic book characters of all time. One of the most powerful mutants ever. Baldur Scott. That man is my inspiration for my whole entire Marvel collection.
All right.
Cyclops is the inspiration for my whole entire like X-Men collection. Like, the reason why I collect the last 15 years of X-Men and trade paperback is because of Cyclops. Like, that's the whole reason.
Yeah. See, I'm more of a Wolverine guy. I like Wolverine.
Yeah, I love Wolverine too, but like, there's just something about like I just, you know, he's the golden boy who took a fall, you know, like it's just, that's what's so interesting to me about him is that he was this Boy Scout. He's basically the Superman of the Marvel universe, like the Boy Scout. You know what I mean? Like, never does anything wrong, always does the right thing, and then one day, like after 50 years, he's just like, fuck it, you know? Like, and he just becomes like this total like outlaw badass, and I find that really interesting. Like, and it's not something that happened like over one event. It's something that happened like over the years. Like, he just took all these hits, and then he got the Phoenix Force, he killed Charles, and it just like, you know, it twisted him. It's fucking crazy. I mean, they locked him up. I have AVX Consequences. I mean, basically the whole entire trade is about Cyclops being in prison. And he's got like this big helmet on with these glasses that it's locked onto his head so he can't use his optic beams.
Check out these socks my buddy got me from Disneyland.
Oh, let me
see them?
Oh my god! That was a dope.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty sweet. I got he got 3 pair for me and my other buddies. So Stormtroopers, Wookiee, and Darth Vader.
Really?
And I got first choice, so I picked Darth Vader.
That's mad dope.
They were black. I'm like, I have more things that match black socks than brown or white. So,
speaking of cool apparel, I got this the other day.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
On the back it says death.
Jeez.
$30 is worth it.
Don't wear that to the airport.
I know. Unfortunately, I wear it everywhere. I just wish it didn't say death on the back. Like on the Green Lantern hat, it says Green Lantern on the back. Right?
Yeah.
But on the blue one, it says hope and shit.
All right. I'm just marking my checklist off. I still got 4 reviews to write for tomorrow. I had none last week. Or no, I had 1 last week, Clone Conspiracy, and I got 4 this week. Well, 5, including EXO.
What, reviews?
Yeah, Marvel ones.
Damn.
My Marvel ones come in waves. Like, I get hit with them all in 1 week.
I wanted to write reviews at one point, and then, like, I gave up. I read too many books. I gotta, like, I need a culling. Like, I have to drop, like, a fucking
that's what I've been doing lately. I'm getting rid of Spider-Man Deadpool because that's tying into like Deadpool's divorce shit. Like I essentially only follow that book because it jumps in and out of its main story so much. I've only followed that main book for the main story. So it was issues like 1 to 4, and then it took a 2-issue break, and then it was like 3 issues, took a 2-issue break. Yeah. So I have like 1 through 4. I have like 7 and 8, and then I have what did it take? Like another 2-issue break after that. So I have like another 2, like just the main story. I don't follow anything it ties into or any of the other shit.
Does it have different writers when it does that? Because like, isn't Joe Kelly writing the main story?
It's McGinnis on art, and I want to say it's Kelly. I forget.
I thought it was Joe Kelly. She had a long run on JLA.
But JLA, I mean, it's a good book when the main story's going on, but when the main story's not going on, I don't have any interest in it.
Yeah, I can feel that.
It's just nonsense.
I wanted to get into that book too because I read the I read the Monsters Unleashed issue, and it was a lot of fun, and I was like, hey, you know, like, I bet that regular book is a lot of fun, but not if it's dealing with Deadpool's divorce.
Yeah, here it is. I got issues 1, 2, 3, and 1 through 5, and then 6 and 7 was a break. 7, 8, or no. Okay, 1 through 5 was the first arc. Then 6 and 7 it took a break. 8, 9, 10 it was back to the main story. 11 and 12 it took a break, and 13 and 14 it's back to the main story again, and then 15 it's on a break.
So it's like every
Deadpool tie-ins.
Every 2 issues you get 2 issues.
Well, it started with 5. Yeah, it started with a series of 5, which was good. Then you got 3, and then you got 2, and I think the arc's going to end with 1. To be honest with you, probably. But I think I'm getting rid of Miles. And
yeah,
I've already decided I'm gonna do Gold, but I'm not gonna do Weapon X off the bat. Like,
really?
Yeah, just too many characters I don't care about in there. Besides Old Man.
Old Man Logan, Sabretooth, Domino, and someone else. I'm not remembering who else.
X-23.
Is X-23 in it?
Yeah.
I thought there was somebody else going to be in it too. I'm not remembering. I got a picture of the first cover. I got a picture of the first couple covers, actually. I downloaded all the covers.
I mean, I'm sure there's it's like every Weapon X person ever. It might even be fucking Phantom X for all I know, you know, but
that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, you're right. Who knows how it's gonna be? I mean, I've never really I haven't gotten to the Action Comics by Greg Pak.
That is the one thing. He does New Superman.
Oh, Lady Deathstrike.
Oh yeah, Lady Death. I fucking hate her.
Yeah, I don't like her either. Oh, and it looks like on one of the covers, it looks like what's his name? He was in Days of Future Past. The Native American dude. What's his name?
Oh, I forget. I know who you're talking about though.
He's like right here. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's got the
Yeah. So
knives.
then I think I'm gonna keep Super Sons because I love that, but I think Teen Titans.
Yeah, that's great.
And Wonder Woman I'm gonna just do digitally because Wonder Woman I just like put off reading. It's literally the last book I read every time I get it.
And I don't not like it. It's just the last book. It's always the last book. Like
it's literally the last. I'll read everything before I read Wonder Woman.
Me too. I read it yesterday.
I still haven't read this week. Like I've read all my DC books. I would rather catch up on my Old Man Logans and all that shit than read Wonder Woman's new issue right now.
Yeah. I'm completely done this week. I just finished last night. So
basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be grabbing Superman and Batman books with the exception of Red Hood.
No Red Hood?
Well, no, yeah, and Red Hood. So any Superman and Batman book and Red Hood.
That sounds good though. It's just like cut, clean, main, good stuff.
Yeah, and you were kind of right about JLA. Like I don't know what it was about the writing. It just felt weird.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I felt like I kind of like when I was reading it, I kind of like cringed a little bit, like at the dialogue. Like I'd cringe, like I'd read something and be like, "Oh, who the fuck says this? Like nobody says this." Like I couldn't. And Batman, you got Batman saying stuff I could never hear Batman say for some reason. I just felt like just stupid, which makes no sense to me because the one shots were pretty damn good. Like I enjoyed all those one shots. And I've been enjoying Midnighter and Apollo, and he comes and he's like on such a roll with me. And then JLA #2. But luckily, Ivan Rice was there to draw beautiful pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been kind of determined. I'm like I think I would rather get just like some trades of shit and like just rather have that clutter than single issue clutter laying around of every fucking book I follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because some of them I don't even care enough after the story finishes to leave the fucking books laying around.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like me. Like I got stacks everywhere, just stacks, like this thick, like fucking 3 inches. Like 5 3-inch stacks. It's the most painful thing ever because then you have to bag them. I let them sit for 3 weeks. They pile up. And then there's like 150, 160 comics just laying on the table, and I have to do them all in one shot. Ow. That's fucking jerry-rigged piece of shit. $200 jerry-rigged piece of shit.
All right, so let's get going here.
Shit.
I don't know what X-Men songs I'm going to use to bring us in here because I used them last week. So I'm going to have to get creative.
That's going to be funny.
All right, so we're going to get started here.
I did it.
All right, cool. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Wrapping some.
All right, Weird Science, how we doing? This is Brandon and Trevitt. We're coming at you guys with this week's Marvel Minute. Trevitt, how we doing, man?
Pretty good. Pretty damn good.
You got everything situated over there? You ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I got everything situated. Okay. I just turned off the vaporizer.
All right. We got issue. We ended up going with Dealer's Choice this week because our vote ended in a 3-way tie. We had 33% for all 3 titles, so we had a missing 1% in the vote. I don't know where that was hiding. So we decided to give that vote since I don't get one to me, and we went with IVX here. And this is the penultimate issue of the event series. We're going to get the finale in 2 weeks. So this should be setting us up for basically, everything that's going to be happening in that issue. The writers on the helm are Charles Soule and Jeff Lemire. Our team of Javier Guerin and David Curiel.
Yeah.
Curiel, there we go. Sure, we'll go with that. And then this is a Marvel Comics title, of course, this being the Marvel Minute. So here's our blurb, and then we're going to spit the bit for you guys. We've reached the penultimate issue of IVX, and I'll be the first to say thank God. What was once hot at Marvel, the X-Men have gradually become not over time in order to promote the team that nobody likes, the Inhumans. So as this two-part event stumbles around waiting for an ending, let's find out if issue 5 ends up getting the series back on track and ends up being worth a look for you. So basically, as we start the book here, everything kicks off in high gear as we got Phantom X and Karnak basically going after each other. Yeah, they're in the world, which is basically where Karnak. Fuck, I'm mixing up all these names already. Where Phantom X was experimented on and created. This is where they've kept Karnak hidden from the other Inhumans, so he can't fuck shit up for the X-Men's plans. Because, God damn it.
Is that the Wonder Woman theme music from BVS?
Yeah.
I like that music.
I know. She just left the house 5 minutes ago, and she's fucking calling me nonstop already. like, leave me alone. All right. So where were we? Oh yeah.
How that is.
Phantom X, he starts to take on Karnak. After Karnak's broken free of Jean Grey's mind lock,
which was crazy. And
yeah,
for a really good.
It all happened in a tie-in, so I wouldn't know anything about it. But
no, it happened in an Uncanny tie-in. It was
It
was like the first or second tie-in.
That's one of my problems with this event. Too much of it is happening in tie-ins, and I'm reading the main goddamn book, I literally have no idea what's going on in this issue for half the time.
You're completely right, because there are some important things that happen in tie-ins that you just have to pick up on in the book. You know what I mean? In the main book, like it's not spelled out for you like it is in the tie-in. So they kind of force you to read them, which is bullshit.
Yeah. Which I'm not doing. Here. I mean, I'm reading Extraordinary, and it's been garbage. It hasn't made me want to pick up any other of the tie-ins. If the one tie-in that I choose and ends up being garbage, I'm not going to spring for other tie-ins to see if those are any different. You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally agree. I mean, I've read them all, and they're all bad. The only ones that I've enjoyed were the Uncanny Inhuman ones about Maximus and what Maximus is trying to do behind the scenes. Like, I just found it like mildly entertaining, Yeah. But it has nothing to do with what's going on in the main story. It's kind of like an outside story that happened because of what's going on in IVX. It'll be important at the end if Maximus completes his goal. But
Maximus hasn't even been in the series. I don't. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the problems with this. You're talking about somebody who I haven't seen in 5 issues of the main event book.
Yeah. No, that's true.
That makes no. That's a horrible way to write a story. And anyway, let's get back on track here, because that has nothing to do with anything about what we're talking about, because he's not even mentioned in this title.
No, he's not.
Basically, Karnak and Phantom X are mixing it up. Karnak is basically a deus ex machina for the entire lineup of Inhumans and can beat anybody any way he wants.
Yeah.
So in this case, he uses what look like to be his Hulk powers as he starts smashing the ground to overcome this 2-on-1 battle. And then eventually he stumbles into the sedated Lockjaw, which is going to be his ride out of town eventually, and that'll come later. And that's the beginning three pages. Phantom X is fighting.
It's a pretty big fight.
But the X-Men are just treated like trash here. Like, literally, Karnak has no problem dispatching 2 X-Men. And Phantom X,
the weakness and everything.
I know, I get that, but that means he can't be beat, which is stupid.
It is stupid.
It's a stupid power. And it's for a stupid group of characters. Anyway, we move on to Gorgon, and they are free of the trap in Limbo. And he basically gets sent by Medusa to take on Colossus, who stormed through the fire set around the mansion by Johnny Storm. So these two start duking it out, and that basically leaves the rest of the Inhumans free to wander into the X-Mansion. No problem at all.
Oh yeah.
Did I miss anything there?
No, not at all. And I don't know much about Gorgon. Like, I mean, I've seen him in books, but most of the time I've seen him in a wheelchair. So I didn't know he was of the caliber where he could like take on Colossus. You know?
Yeah,
He's got fucking goat hooves for feet. Like,
they kind of set it up, in the last couple issues because he basically just smashed his way out of the trap they put him in.
yeah.
So
I mean, I know he's been around for a long time,
an
but
idea of his power set, but again, I don't know any idea of any of the Inhumans' powers.
no.
So basically, him and Colossus, as the Inhumans enter the mansion, just throw fists down at each other. Colossus gets the better of this fight, basically, and there's a funny little part here where basically Gorgon mentions he's a fan of heavy metal or metal.
Yeah.
And Colossus is like, I do not get your joke, but I like it or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Where is that part?
yeah, I don't know. You see it?
I'm looking for it, but I don't see it.
Hang on, I'm going to pause this real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.